Hey everybody, welcome back to Dinner and a Tip. My name is Brenda. I'm going to be your cooking guide. So a couple days ago we actually did the orange chicken, and I did that for my kids because that's their favorite, but my favorite is sesame chicken. And even though it's a lot similar, basically the difference between orange chicken and the sesame chicken is orange has like orange juice in the sauce, but the chicken's cooked the same way, and we're going to add honey for the sesame. So I've got about a pound of chicken thighs. I got a couple tablespoons, 3 tablespoons of flour, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and that's what kind of helps give us that thickening flavor on the chicken. We're gonna go ahead and hit it with about a half a tablespoon of salt and some pepper. So we're gonna do this today, but if you have never made homemade cream cheese wontons, you are missing out, and we are going to show you how to do that today, so make sure you're staying with us for the whole video. So we've got cornstarch, we've got salt, pepper. Okay, that was not the most graceful egg crack, but doesn't seem to have any eggshells in there. So let's go ahead and give this a good mix. You just want the chicken to be covered with the flour. So traditional chicken, they're gonna and the Chinese restaurant, they're gonna actually deep fry this, and so you're gonna get a much crunchier coating. But because we're just gonna do a low oil fry on this, so it's gonna be a little bit healthier of a choice. So we want to have a decent amount of oil down on this, and I'm cooked this like medium to medium high. Kind of want to get the chicken started by having it kind of separated. I've got, as you can see, I'm cooking at a little bit of an angle, but we move our grill all the time because of the sun. But so we're gonna go ahead and get our chicken spread out, and then we're gonna work on our sauce. The chicken's what takes the longest, so that's what we start with. So if you have gloves, it's a much more enjoyable feeling than getting your hands on that chicken. So once that chicken's done, I just kind of want to get it spread out. And just make sure you have enough oil for this to not stick. This is actually avocado oil, and I'm just going to give it a little bit in between. This way it's going to help crunching that up. So next we are going to work on our sauce. So I'm going to start with a tablespoon of garlic. I'm going to do, let's see, 1/4 cup of honey. But actually I'm going to do, let's see, yeah. And I'm just going to kind of guess on the honey. This stuff never comes out very good. So, but if you're looking for exact measurements, it's 1/4 cup. And this is what gives it that sweet taste. Next we need 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. And we're just going to put all of this in the pot together and then give it a quick stir and let this kind of get all of the sugars and all that stuff melted in there. We have got 1/2 cup of soy sauce. I do the low sodium with this one if I can, just because we've got so much salt with everything else in this recipe. I try not to over salt things if I don't have to. Let's go and you can see this chicken is actually crisping up really nice. So, but you want to keep an eye on it. You want to kind of keep it moving, kind of get it spread out so it's getting all cooked on all the sides. And then let's go back to our sauce. Alright, so now we need some sesame seed oil. Now if you have all of these things, great. If you're missing like one of these things, the world probably won't end. So, but it's nice once you get this stuff. If you're doing a lot of Asian cuisine, you're going to keep using this stuff. So, and 2 tablespoons of the rice. I don't know if you can hear that. Our dogs have decided to have a rumble. Oh my gosh, you guys, we're taping. Now quit that. I don't know what's worse, the kids or the dogs. Since the kids are being quiet, I'm going to blame the dogs right now. So that's 1/3 cup of ketchup. We got honey, we got the soy sauce, ketchup, brown sugar, rice. So we are good on that. So let's go ahead and turn the heat up on this. We just want to go ahead and get, seriously, sorry about that. We lock him in the house, but our dog Bob actually knows how to unlock doors. He doesn't know how to shut them, but he unlocks them and then comes out whenever he feels like he wants to. So, and it's really nice to see how much you can get crunch on this chicken with actually not completely deep frying it. So it probably takes about 10 minutes to cook to get it all the way cooked down. And I'm just going to kind of stick it over here kind of where our little greases run up. I'm just going to give it a little bit more just so we're going to keep focusing on that crunch. Alright, so like I promised, we are going to do our cream cheese wontons. So, such a simple process. I did not realize how simple this process was until I made it. And if you get cream cheese wontons at the store, I don't know about you, but I'm always disappointed in my ratio of cream cheese to my ratio of wontons. So, to show you how easy this is, so this is the wonton wrappers that you can kind of scroll in. This is over by like the fresh vegetables and salad aisle. So just go ahead. They are refrigerated. And I'm going to show you how easy this is. So I did pre-mix this. So all this is 1 package of cream cheese and 1/3 cup of powdered sugar. Make sure your cream cheese is softened. Just give it a stir. Make sure it's all incorporated. So how I do this is I usually try to lay down like 4 or 6 at a time, just because it's an assembly line. These things do dry out fairly quickly, so you don't want to leave them for like an hour outside. Woo! Apparently it's not only the dogs, but the weather that is going to prove to be a challenge today. But it's actually really nice out despite the wind. So, just make sure your chicken is still cooking along. Got that sauce up on high, and I'm going to basically we're just kind of waiting for a simmer on our sauce. And that's exactly what I'm looking for in that sauce. So the other thing we're going to do with that sauce is we're going to do a little bit of cornstarch and a little bit of water. And so we're just going to do a little water and cornstarch, and then we're going to go ahead and mix this into the sauce. I would like to say I'm usually less of a train wreck than this, but this is not your first video with me. You know that's a lie. So go ahead, mix this up. Dump that in there and then just give this a stir. This is going to take a little bit of time, but it will start to thicken up. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and push it over where it's a little bit hotter. There we go. So, let's give our chicken one more move before we commit to our wontons. But you can see with this that we do actually have a nice crisp on this chicken, and that's from the flour and the cornstarch. So, alright, let's go back to our wontons. So, all we're doing is taking, I feel like one of those reporters that stands out in the middle of a hurricane. Hey, how about we not eat wonton wrappers? Don't let the dogs eat the wontons. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and put these down, probably just about a tablespoon to each one. Alright, and then all you want to do is take your finger with just a little bit of water, and you're just going to run around the sides of the wontons. You're gonna go ahead, fold them together. So this is where in the Chinese restaurants they do that nice little fold. Well, one, it looks pretty, but I don't like the extra crunch. I just want it to get the cream cheese. So, but you do want to make sure that these are getting pressed tight and that you don't have cream cheese exposed to the outside on these. So you might have to just hit it with a little bit of water, especially if you overfilled them. All right. And that is all you need for a wonton. So I do have the oil sitting on our Blackstone. It's about 350 to 375. And so we are ready to go ahead and dip these in. So I've got our sauce, and now that I've added that cornstarch, you can see that it's starting to thicken up, and that's what we're looking for. Our chicken is now all the way cooked. And before I go ahead and do our wontons, because our wontons literally only take about a minute to cook, I did get some noodles, so you can scroll in on this. So if you don't want to do rice and you're looking for an alternative, I love these noodles. These are pre-cooked. They look like this, and all you're going to do is you can microwave these, or you could, like I'm going to do, I'm just going to throw them down on the Blackstone. It's probably good if you have a little oil, but I see ours actually blew away. So I'm going to cheat, and I'm just going to throw a little water down there to get them steamed. Yeah, so if you haven't noticed, this isn't your fancy professional cooking show. This is real life cooking, so at its best. Alright, so we've got our noodles warming up. Just going to go ahead and get a little bit more water on these so they don't stick. And I'm just looking basically to warm these up because they are already pre-cooked. Our sauce, you can see now, is definitely thickening. All right, let's show you some wontons real quick. All right. I know we have tongs. All right, here we go. So we're just gonna pop these in. You do not want to overcrowd this. Now we have the geese flying in. It is a trifecta of fun today, people. And so the oil that I'm using on this is just a standard vegetable oil. So nothing fancy. I wouldn't use like an avocado oil, like the vegetable oil is basically all you're looking to use. All right. So these are just about done. You just kind of want to keep them moving. Just gonna, basically all you're looking for is just like a light brown with these. If you haven't tried it, you can actually use these wontons and actually make a dessert out of them. You can add strawberries and cream cheese. They are really good. So, just when you pick these guys up, you're just gonna wanna go ahead, drain out that oil, and you can see your cream cheese wonton ratio. You're definitely good on the cream cheese. So I'm just going to go ahead and take some of these noodles. So if you're food prepping, I would keep the chicken separate from the sauce, but if you're going to be serving all the chicken and the sauce at that exact moment, I would go ahead and just dump the chicken into the sauce. But I actually really like the leftovers that I had of the sesame, or not sesame, the orange chicken. So just go ahead and cover that, take that sauce, hit the noodles. All we got left to do is try. Hopefully before the wind blows us away. So, like I said, this is a great dish for meal prepping. This tastes super great the next day. So, oh, you know what I forgot? It's called sesame chicken for a reason. So just add some sesame seeds. Give these wontons a try. These wontons are the one thing that will make my kids stop playing video games and come out of the room. If they know there's wontons, guaranteed to be at the table. Thanks for tuning in. Eat happy, and we'll see you next time.